Hey, what's up? It's Tati. We're back with ROH, and guess what? They're back at Universal Studios. So it was so much better this week. I don't know if they watched my rant video or what, but they seem to have fixed some of the things that I did complain about. Number one, going back to Universal Studios, having a smaller, intimate crowd. With them filming ROH before Dynamite, the show quality really took a hit, and the matches felt rushed. The quality of the show didn't feel that great. We're back at 2 hours now that they're filming in Universal Studios. So that bullshit where they gave us an hour a couple of weeks ago, that was just absolutely ridiculous. But now I just feel like from moving forward, they need to keep it over there at Universal Studios, because I think that the show will be much better that way. Anyway, let's get into the results of the show. First match of the night, we have Mark Briscoe versus Shane Taylor. These guys are super talented, have really great energy, so I thought this was the perfect match to start off the show. Shane Taylor, I keep forgetting like how much agility he has, and for a big dude, he has a really versatile moveset that's just like, if you don't see him in the ring and you just look at a picture of him, you'll never believe he moves the way he does in the ring. I want to see more of him. I would actually like to see him win more matches. I'm not surprised here that Mark Briscoe ended up taking the win, but I do feel like this was necessary because it seems like he is keeping his eye out on Samoa Joe for the TV title. So I don't mind seeing Mark Briscoe winning this title in the future, but I want to see better opportunities for someone like Shane Taylor, who comes and just performs the house down and just does an awesome job. Really want to see where his career goes from here. Mark Briscoe takes the win. First 3 matches on this card was absolutely solid. A great way to start off the show. Next match, we have Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus Tracy Williams and Rhett Titus. Now, this was another really great match. Now, I said it yesterday that Claudio needed to win that match against Rey Fenix so that he and Wheeler Yuta can be a tag team in ROH, and this will definitely help with the tag division that just seems to have fallen off the map after the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view. This was an absolute great match. I really do like Tracy Williams. I like his stuff when he's, just doing solo matches. But with Rhett, they were a really great tag team. Claudio and Wheeler obviously had great chemistry. Now, throughout the match, we do have Claudio, who is giving like some tough love to Wheeler Yuta. If he sees Wheeler Yuta not doing something he doesn't like, he'll yell at him or he'll demand him to tag him in so he can get out the match. I like that they're doing that because it shows here that despite them, being really close as a faction, the BCC, that even though one is lacking, the other one is willing to pick up where the other one is not doing that well. So I really enjoy seeing that type of chemistry with them. Claudio and Wheeler takes the win. That is what I expected, but their opponents were absolutely on point. Really great, fun, competitive match. The tag division needs help, and I think we're on a right start with this match. I really did enjoy it. Definitely check it out if you did not see it. Next, we had the ROH TV title on the line. Samoa Joe versus Blake Christian. Blake Christian, I've been having my eye out on him. He's putting in a lot of work, and he's super talented. I've been seeing him in and out of AEW, but I really enjoy what he's been doing with ROH lately. Now, he had a really great match with Samoa Joe, and I didn't expect for him to win, but I did expect to see a great match. I was a little concerned at first that this would be a squash match, but it actually wasn't. Like I said, with them being at the Universal Studios, we got to see better quality matches. I don't believe there was any squash matches tonight at all, so that's definitely a plus. But these two guys had great chemistry in the ring. Samoa Joe definitely being the veteran in this case. He did have the upper hand, but Blake Christian is really showing why all eyes should be on him. I really think that if Tony Khan is really paying attention to him, they can really push him in the main roster over in AEW. I could see him doing some great things now. I don't remember really hearing him on the mic or whatnot, but in the ring, he is pretty solid. And he's very confident with what he does and usually have great matches. I really did enjoy their chemistry. Samoa Joe obviously retaining. Now they're letting us know in commentary that he's close to 400 days with the TV title. And to be fair, 2022, he didn't have much opportunity to defend the title. Even though we did get a chance to see him on AEW TV, that was because he was TNT champion. So now I do hope that they have much more of a focus with the ROH TV title, especially with Mark Briscoe. Keep him away from Jay Lethal and friends, and have him have a really solid feud with Samoa Joe moving forward. I think that would be really, really great. But the first three matches tonight were really, really great. Next, we had the Infantry versus the Righteous. And to be honest, this was just nothing really important happens here. To be honest, I felt like the match was just basic to me, but I felt like this needed to stand out. We have the Righteous, who is recruiting Stu Grayson. So Stu Grayson comes out on the ramp and he's watching their match, letting his presence be known that he's there. I'm okay with that. That's not the issue. But I just felt like in the ring, we didn't have something solid with both these teams. I think the Righteous just coming out every week and just scouting Stu Grayson is not enough. We need to see much better things from them in the ring. I think this is the second matchup they've had since they've returned to ROH. So I was a little disappointed. And also, the Infantry is an awesome tag team. I feel like they deserve a lot more than what they've been getting. I think they've lost every match since ROH has started. They're great workers, but I do feel like they deserve to have some great opportunity. Either way, the Righteous take the win here. After the match, they walk up to Stu Grayson. Stu Grayson just stands there, and they're letting them know that, you know, he is one of them and should be with them. I don't know where the storyline is going with that. I don't know if he's going to end up joining them or whatnot, but I do feel like we need to see more solid matches with these guys, so it could seem like to the audience that Stu Grayson should either be part of their group or not. Either way, it was not that great. Next, we have Britt Vixen versus Robin Renegade. Every week we have two matches with the ladies, usually Athena being in one of those matches, and she's usually doing a phenomenal job. And to be honest, I think Athena is the best female wrestler in AEW right now. When I say that, I mean like she just has everything going for her currently. Everyone else is not that great. Currently, with what's going on with storylines and all that stuff. Anyway, so with these second matches with the women, I feel like we should be seeing women who are trying to prove why they should go against Athena. And to be honest, I feel like we're lacking some star quality with these girls. I just don't know what it is. Some of these girls are just not standing out to me. Maybe it's because Athena is doing so well and such an outstanding personality that some of these girls, they just really need to step it up, or just AEW themselves really need to make some changes with some of these characters, so it could look like Athena got some credible opponents in ROH, and at this time it just don't feel like that. I just feel like when I watch these other girls, these matches just seem kind of basic compared to what Athena's doing. I want to see so much better with the women. I think the girls need much more training. Either way, Robin takes the win tonight. I just really want more from the women in AEW and ROH together. But some of these girls are on the right track, while majority of them need a lot of work. Next, we have Ninja Mac versus Willie Mack. Another really great match on this card. Both these guys are so awesome in the ring. And Willie Mack is another one of those big dudes that means nothing but business when he's in the ring. The way he moves is absolutely insane. I really do enjoy seeing Willie Mack in the ring. Now, honestly here, the crowd is really going for Willie Mack. But for me, either way, whoever won, I would have been totally cool with. It was really interesting to see the chemistry between these two guys. And they're very likable. I don't have an issue with either one of these guys. But definitely right off the bat, I think people were expecting to see Willie Mack take the win. He did win via a massive powerbomb in the middle of the ring. He is super strong. The way he moves is just insane. I really enjoy seeing him. I would like to see him and Shane Taylor in the ring. I think that would be really interesting. If you didn't see this match, you should watch this one. Next, we had the Embassy versus Adam Priest, Lucky Ali, and Victor Benjamin. What can I say about this without lying? Look, I'm really glad we got the Embassy tonight. But for whatever reason, this was definitely booked just to make the Embassy look good right off the bat. Their opponents are just looking scared or whatnot, and there's definitely an intimidation factor. Sure, I'll be intimidated if Brian Cage was in front of me, but right off the bat, it almost looked like, hey, for sure they're going to lose. I didn't like that. That's not what we need to see from six-man tag champions. We've barely gotten a chance to see them together as a group. So this type of match just didn't work out. It wasn't a squash match. It did last for quite some time. But I still feel like there was just no hope for their opponents. So I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even remember if Brian Cage even made it inside the ring. But either way, the Embassy ends up taking the win. So two things that I want to point out here. Number one, I do think they need to break up. Brian should be on his own, and Khan and Toa, they need to be a tag team. I would prefer to see it being like that. Now, a little bit earlier on the show, the Embassy was doing an interview, and Dalton Castle and one of the boys came up to them and said that one of the other boys that was not there, he's in the hospital, he got hurt. And Prince Nana was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. But Dalton Castle really seemed sure that they had something to do with this, and that they'll, get revenge on the Embassy. And as soon as Dalton Castle leaves, Prince Nana takes out the mask from one of the boys, and obviously telling that, hey, they did do something. They did ended up attacking him. Does this mean that we're going to see the Embassy versus Dalton Castle and the boys? Definitely. Will they take the titles back? I actually hope that they do. I'm annoyed with the whole Embassy thing. Either way, I just feel like we need to fix up the six-man tag division. So I like where they're going with this storyline. On to my favorite match of the night, Tony Deppen versus Kyle Fletcher. This match was so good. Now, I've been saying, I would not mind seeing Aussie Open, having a little solo run, because these guys are so talented, not just together, but when they have singles matches, you really see how great they are. And Kyle Fletcher, oh my gosh, he is just absolutely amazing in the ring. Tony as well. I felt like they had an amazing chemistry. The pacing of the match was absolutely beautiful. Everything that these two guys did just felt right. I wouldn't mind seeing them in a ring again. I absolutely enjoyed this. We had Mark, who is Kyle's partner, he's in ringside and he's sitting there with the hat and a big ass t-shirt and belts around his waist because they got 2 sets of titles, looking like a tourist. It was really funny. Like, he just looked strange standing ringside. But Kyle, oh my gosh, he is just so amazing. And some of my favorite matches since ROH had came back has been with Aussie Open and also with Tony Deppen as well. These guys are so talented. My only complaint with this match, I don't truly know if this was a mistake because I ended up watching this back just to make sure, but the ending, oh my god, what would have made this an A+, the ending ruined it. Now, we have Kyle who hits a Michinoku driver onto Tony and he goes for the pin, and everybody in the crowd is counting to 3, and when they get to 2, ref is already ringing the bell, and everybody was just looking around like, what the hell? Even Kyle looks so confused. Ref is already saying that he won, when, to be honest, I don't even think he even counted to 3. Either way, Kyle ain't going to complain. The ref said he won. He's going to take the win. That's the only thing, because literally everybody just looks so confused. Either way, excellent match. One of my favorite matches from ROH so far. I truly enjoy this. Definitely go out your way to see this. Next, we had Anthony Henry versus AR Fox. This was another really solid match. Okay, I did not like this one particularly better than Kyle Fletcher's match with Tony, but this was very close. These two, oh my god, they are so talented, and I've been keeping my eye out on Anthony Henry. He's part of the workhorsemen, but what I've been seeing him do as a solo wrestler has been really impressive. They had really great chemistry. We had JD Drake, who is ringside. He doesn't get involved physically, but he's trash talking, so he's trying to get into AR Fox's head or whatever. It's not really working, but I'm okay with him not being involved physically because their match is so solid that I think that if he would have physically interfered, that it would have taken away from the quality of the match. Both these guys are phenomenal wrestlers. However, the issue here with AEW ROH is that they have a lot of phenomenal wrestlers but don't have stars. A lot of these wrestlers don't have the star quality to be taken all the way to the top. Now, these guys wrestle like they are top men, but they don't have the personalities. Well, they probably do, but they need the opportunity to really show those personalities, and that's something that we don't see with these two guys in particular. But every time they get in the ring, they definitely knock it out of the park. AR Fox takes the win with a 450 splash, so I'm okay with that. Either one of these guys would have won, and I would have been cool with that. They're really amazing in the ring. Now on to right after that match. We did have a little bit of a weird vibe here. After the match, JD Drake comes in, attacks AR Fox, and then Shane Taylor comes out and attacks AR Fox as well. Now, that's understandable because these three actually have done some trios matches with ROH, so I can understand why the three of them would get together and do that. But then again, we have FTR music that plays, and then FTR actually comes out and they're coming to help AR Fox. Kind of thought that was a little bit random. Then we have Eddie Kingston music plays. He comes out, and that's even more random because I'm like, what is going on here? Why is even Eddie here? This was definitely filmed, I want to say, like a week ago. Eddie had his hernia surgery either on Monday or Tuesday of this week, so it's kind of weird that he would come out because, like, first of all, what does this have to do with him? And also, with him being gone with the surgery, he's not going to be able to participate in this feud or be part of a match with these group of guys. So just felt a little weird at that point. Either way, it was great to see Eddie Kingston. He actually looks pretty good, but it was a little bit weird or whatever. What's gonna happen with that, I have no idea. But this was a really solid match. I really did enjoy it. Next, we had the Varsity Trustbusters. I don't know where the hell they get that name from. Versus the Dark Order. Now, honestly, I was not interested in this. I already knew who was going to end up winning, and I felt like for whatever reason, they was going to use the Varsity Athletes / Trustbusters to be losers in this match. We already seen some variations with the Dark Order versus the Varsity Athletes and the Trustbusters. So it already kind of felt like it's going to be something we've seen before. When ROH started like 2 months ago, I felt like the Varsity Athletes and the Trustbusters, whether if they were tag teaming or trios or if they were doing solos, they actually look really, really good. And now all of a sudden it kind of feels like Dark Elevation vibes with this match. So I didn't enjoy this. Now, I can say that they are definitely incorporating the whole thing with Stu Grayson and the Righteous in this match. Right before they take the win, we do see Stu Grayson going for the pin, and for whatever reason, Alex Reynolds pushes his ass out the way and he pins their opponent for the win. It seems really weird, like why would he even do that? And then we have Dark Order coming in the ring and they're celebrating, except for Stu Grayson, who's outside the ring looking confused as hell, as like, what the fuck happened? Why did you push me? I don't really know if he's gonna really break away from the Dark Order. If that happens, that's cool or whatever, but will the Righteous be a right move for Stu Grayson at this point? I'm really not sure. Like I said, Dark Order takes the win. I really don't like to feel like just because you're a heel doesn't mean you have to lose all the time. I would have liked to see the Varsity Trustbusters take a win. They're all super talented. It was just a little boring with this though. And for the main event, we had the ROH Women's title on the line, Sky Blue versus Athena. I really did enjoy this match. Another super solid match on the card. They've been having a little bit of a feud. It's probably been lasting like 3 weeks or whatever. Nothing really solid, but you're still interested to see these two girls square up in the ring. I really did enjoy. They had a really good chemistry, and I think this match would make people feel, impressed with Sky Blue. Up until now, I think that she's been okay, but I felt she was more impressive in this match here. The only thing I really did not like was that weak-ass power bomb that Athena does onto the steel steps. So she power bombed Sky Blue onto the steel steps, and it just looked like she did it so gently so she didn't hurt her. It was kind of awkward to me. I did not like that. Now, I'm not saying, hey, kill her or whatever, but it just did not look well, so I did not like that part. But either way, I think they had really great chemistry. Sky Blue definitely have been getting higher in the ranks in AEW, ROH. Yeah, she's losing on AEW TV, but on ROH, she's looking really, really strong. This is why I really feel like they need to separate ROH from AEW, because it just seems pretty inconsistent to me with how some of these people are looking, being on part of both shows, being booked differently. But either way, this was another solid match from Athena. She's absolutely amazing. And like I said, AEW will be absolutely insane if they would have featured Athena on AEW TV, because she would definitely look better than Jamie Hayter. And also, what's the TBS champion name? Oh my God, Jade Cargill. She's so awesome, so beautiful, so talented. She definitely has her character down packed, and that's what I want to see with the women in both of these companies being much more solid. Let me take that back. I want to see that with WWE as well. Lots of solid personalities that people can really get behind. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of stars in wrestling, but some of them are just not being, taken to that next level because we don't get a chance to see their personalities. They're great in the ring, but what else can they offer? I really think this is something that AEW needs to focus with, making stars, making champions. I don't just want to see great matches. There's just so much more of pro wrestling that AEW really needs to explore with a good amount of their roster. This was actually a really great show. I'm really glad that they're going back to their roots here. 2 hours of mostly solid matches. I really did enjoy this episode. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll be back on Saturday with Rampage, since it's on Saturday. Bye.